I've been talking periodically in recent short funks associated with what I will call an intellectual property rights assault. I don't want to talk too much about it because my view is it could be just naive stupidity. There does appear to be a lot of curious elements to this, but it's just too complicated to get into in a regular short funk. Too long-winded, let's just put it that way. But it has forced me to think about this 21 years of Noble Ape. And it's forced me to think about it associated with the fact that last year I produced 5 songs, 5 musical tracks for this. And I never really did anything with them. I filed copyright on them, which is relatively useful, but I never really did anything with them. And I thought, this is not the way things should be. I need to invest time and get at least those 5 tracks out with lyrics and a good beat and some other stuff and just put it together, probably in some kind of music video form, and work on it over this month. There's a lot you can actually do in a month, and although this month is surprisingly packed, I'm going to utilize it as much as possible to actually explore this project as something that I can put out. And somewhat curiously, because this thing needs a name, I'm going to call it Noble Ape Tour. And to this end, for this project, I've registered the domain Noble Ape Tour, and I will be launching the various musical pieces on that website. In addition to this, there are a few characters that have come up in various intellectual property circles that I need to embody and define in something. So I might use this musical exploration as an opportunity to define these entities as well, these abstract independent entities, to see what comes through all of this. The discipline associated with creating music rapidly is one that I used to have. I mean, when I was in my late teens and early 20s, creating songs was a daily thing. I could write music and put down performances, so within an evening I would have 1 or 2 of these things written, and it made for an ability to produce audio CDs relatively rapidly. This is a skill that I'm going to have to return to, or more importantly, this is a skill that I've started to return to. This is a skill that really is a little bit like some kind of cliche like riding a bike. What's coming through all of this is that I do have the means to create new intellectual property music. I just need to spend the time doing it. And that's where this gets particularly curious, because ultimately it falls back on that very curious and somewhat precious commodity of mine, time, spare time. And that is what I'm going to try to work through a period of time where I don't have that much spare time. It's a great irony that these things come together as they do, but you just have to learn to live with it and move on accordingly.